Hi, thanks and appreciate being here. Today, I want to share about the creativity, constipate, what's really stopping us from being creative. After all, we know as a human being, as a human species, we are all a creative being just because we are the creation. We create everything that we see, but we have that individual expression of our creative that can contribute to the world and share what really can grow, advance, modify the world in a natural, creative way. First, we have to break down what's really it's a creative, what's really the meaning of creativity. A creativity meaning doesn't really have a certain definite answer. It varies from individual to individual, but all it bows back to it's a craft. And in creative, everybody should be stimulated and feel excited about the creative. It's a creation. It brings life to people. They're seeing life. You manifest a thing from an idea to a physical form. As we really emphasizing the things that's stopping us from creativity, I want to share a seven. You know, a seven, it's a official number, but I want to share a seven symbols, a seven things that are stopping us from being creative. And number one, we are lacking an information of a source of creativity. At first, you should understand, you should know, you should have wisdom on a source of creativity. And a source of creativity, that's what really lead a chaos in the world, because we don't really know what is a source of creativity. What is it that is the source of all intelligence? A source of creativity, it exists within a human being. As much as you understand that all intelligence exists in you, you have a void within you. That's when you can start understanding the source of creativity, that it's really coming from a creativity of the brain and the consciousness. I hope I'm making sense. A source of intelligence, a source of creativity. When you start meditating, that's a creative process. You are drawing all those intelligence of all wisdom that it's of all creativity, creation. When we really start seeing that we are value, when we start valuing ourselves by valuing the creation of how we are a creative being, we create everything that we see in this world. Everything come from us. The beauty that we see, where does that beauty come from? Where does we observe the beauty? We are the observer of all this beauty, all this green pigment. We should have a tranquil mind. We should have peace, a state of mind in our own self. That's the first of all creative. Because a creativity comes from peace that we have, seek. We really seek. That's our intuitive insight. Because when we stay zone in that source of creativity, which is among ourselves, to find out our own self, by finding out what really mean the purpose of our own creativity, it really decode, it really blossom and connect with all those creation that we really came from. As much as when we get inside our own self, we are really encoding a creative progress. And number two, it's time. We know a time is the constipate. When we start misusing it and not using it and make it to use us, that's a real constipate, stopping us from creative process. As much as you want to enhance your creative level, you should find the phenomena of the creative that really came from time. Because a time is a great constipate for everything. When we're meditating, we can't really be patient because of time. Because we have a monkey mind. Our mind always really, it's everywhere. We can't really focus our own concentrative mind on what we have, because we don't really have time for our own self. At time, it's really essential for each and everything that you really want to have more of advanced level on it. Because when you start investing on your creative progress, on your craft, that's when you mastering your craft. It's time. It needs time. Being creative, it starts from the present moment that you really want to start seeing the achievement of your creativity. From now, as you find what's really easy that you want to create, that's a time, that's a sense, that's a core of creativity. Because when you really find what you really want to need, you start focusing, channeling your mind on that creative progress. Your mind, your wisdom seek, focus, your intuitive level, it's really channel. You channel basically your subconscious mind to really have access of all those intelligent in that progress of your creativity. You start around, you play around by creativity by starting understanding what it's that you wanna create. It's a purpose. You have to have a lucid goal of what you really need, where you really wanna be. That's when wherever, when you're working, when you're listening to music, when you're watching television, when you're reading books, everything that you really see, you're channeling it to that consciousness of your own creative progress that you really want to see. For that talk, as we on time, is taking us from the third step, from third things that is stopping us from our creative progress, and it's procrastination. When we don't have time, we procrastinate, and we don't understand that ideas are existing in present moment. The moment when you grab that glimpse of that creative phenomenon that you really want to create, that's a light that we really have to allow the expansion of it to come in our own mind. We sparks, we illuminate that creative phenomenon, and that's a core, that's a clouds that we have to allow it to melt in that subject of our own space and time at that present moment. Don't procrastinate. When you procrastinate, it's when you really say, I get this idea, I'll manifest this idea at which time that you're taking it to the future, because you don't really understand that time doesn't exist. A future, it's really be called, it's encoded, it pulled at that moment by the present, and it's come from the past of really what to really create, that you want this, you want your world, because life is what you made of it. So if you're not making, or what you're making is putting things in future, you'll realize that people are really tapping on your ideas, because you allow it to come in a creative on your mind. It's on astral level, but for it to come in a physical dimensional level of three-dimensional object, you have to create, you have to allow the manifestation of it. And the manifestation of it is by creating, by starting, by taking a step ahead, by just making a step ahead. You're unlocking all the creativity and all what is really coming, because it's a routine, it's a train, it's a railway of the ideas of really illuminated creativity that is coming in your brain, because creativity is coming in your mind just much as a baby when they're in a fetus, a blastocyte, they develop, and that development is a creation, and it's happening in the present. But imagine if that baby, if that blastocyte doesn't really develop to a fully developed fetus, it will really be still stand still, and time is really all what it is. So there won't be a life in that fetus, there won't be an existence. So an existence, you have to allow it to come by creating. A procrastinate is the most of the negative energy that is putting us in mind. in time. And we are infinite being. We don't really exist in time. To stop procrastinating, it's connect with the steps that is coming, the fourth one. We should appreciate, there should be appreciation on our creativity. Appreciation brought more of creative energy. It brought happiness. As much as when we see what we really created and appreciate, we are moving further. We are calling more of the creative progress, creative, intelligent energy to come in our own mind. As much as what we create, we feel more happy about it. That's what it's really what our mind gonna store. It will really have a signature of that. This, it really makes us to feel more happiness, more passionate about this. And when we're passionate about what we're really doing, we're gonna do it day in and day out, because we feel good about that thing. We should always put in mind that happiness, appreciation, passion, those are the positive emotions. They connect us with what we're doing and the heart. We're giving what we're doing with love. And when we do things in love, we don't really see time. We don't really see effort. This plan, they don't see any problem. That's why they keep on blossoming. Because they're passionate, they see life on what they're doing. Because they know that everything that they're creating, every fruit that any tree is creating, it's a fragment of the whole seed. It's the fragment of the whole creation. They understand the oneness of everything. And when we start understanding this oneness by appreciation everything, we're starting to have a service of what we're really creating. It will really connect with people out there, because we are connecting with what we're creating. And when we connect, everything is connected. We are giving more of a field, of a bond in each and everything in the creation by giving life on what we're doing. We should have life, and life is happiness. It's coming from the heart. It's giving life. The creativity is just much as it's a reproduction. It's a reproductive process. And we should see the goodness, the beauty on what we create. And when we see the beauty, that's when other people, other things, everything, it will be coated with the beauty, happiness, achievement in it. Because we are giving love on what we're doing. Just much as when we give love to our partner, they will be in harmony and align more of that love. Just as much as when you give love to a pet, it will make friendship with you. It will always show up on you, and it will be showing more in a more advanced, better and better realistic way of itself. And you will be more realistic in it too. Just because there's connection, there's truth, there's love on the wholeness. You should understand that appreciation, it's really called more. It's really puts you on going, and it's a dynamic force. As we appreciate, we are going further. We are letting everything what we have been to be gone. We letting go, and appreciation by giving the truth of what it is. Really, the fifth one. This is what measure the creativity in reality. What's really measure the level of the creativity and what we have created? It's by healing. As soon as when you read a book and you feel stimulated, educated, shifted your paradigm, meaning that book have healed you, because you draw something from that creation. A form of creativity, a form of craft. It should heal. It must heal. A people, a consumer who want to consume that product that you have created, their expectation is to be healed. It's either a video that a person have made, a film that you have watched. You should have grown. You should gain something from that. That's when there's a healing in it. And where does healing come from? In a creative process. Because when we don't have our product, when there's no healing in it, then there won't be a customer. There won't have a consumer. People should be fed. They should gain. There must be a positive energy that enhances people stimulation from that product. Everything that I intersect myself with, I expect to be healed. I expect healing. And healing came both in a creator and a consumer. How does a healing and a consumer and a creator have a relationship? What they have in mind is the beauty. There must be a cleansing, and to heal, you should be focused. There must be focus associated. You should be attentive on what you're doing. You must. This is a must. You must be conscious. There must be a conscious mind. There must be a peace on that thing. Or if there's no peace, people won't make peace with what you created. You should feel more comfortable when you're creating on whatever that you're creating. In reality, I think that there wasn't healing. I think that there's no healing in them. I see, because I don't appreciate. Even though I know appreciation should come from me, must come from myself. But it's stimulated. There's channeling, a creativity, and a product that have been manifested. That's a propaganda. You are focusing a mind to like, to love what you created, and it connects everything with everything. There must be healing, and you must cleanse to heal. And how do you cleanse in a creative process? By meditating, by practicing, by loving, by having passion on what you do. Let's go to number 6. Number 6. A 6. We know a 6 have been associated with a many mystery. And in a creative process, a 6 thinks, a 6th sense must be awakened. What I mean is, there should be reality on what to create. You should stay real. If you're not real, people won't see the reality of what you created. They won't see the realism, the reality of them to associate with what you just created. As much as when we stay real on what we're doing, we'll have an abundance of what we're creating, because we are reality on that. We should always put in mind that a realism, a reality, to stay real on everything that we do. It's a door, it's a portal. We have more of wealth on what we're doing by being real on them. That's when our mind, the creative process, it will just flow on that stream of mind where there's real. A person is staying real on what they're doing. You're not influenced by money, because there's money in each and everything in this world. What I mean is, you should always feel blessed, because you're blessing. And blessing come and they go to the reality ones. I'm talking about real, because if you're not real on what you're doing, there will be a pseudo, a fake, a false interpretation on what you're doing, and there'll be a false interpretation on the consumer of what you just created. Let's go to number 7. The seventh thing which is stopping people from creativity, it's service. People, when they're not living in service, when they're creating more of what they're creating and not seeing the results from surroundings, from their own self, then there's no change. What does it really mean when you can see change on what you're doing? What is happening when there's no change? Really mean there's no service. You are not living in service with people because you are not giving. And service comes by understanding. Service goes hand in hand with demand. People, they demand what they need, and the statistics of what people's need really go with what they really love. It's more of the target audience. We should know where we are putting our product that we are creating. And a target audience, it's ourselves. We should be the target audience of what we're creating. We should create what other people and what we can buy, we can consume from other people when we see the creativity that we created, and we take our own ego on that product that we created and put it as other individual created that. Are we gonna purchase that? If we're gonna purchase that, that means it's a perfect, and we draw an audience by drawing our own self. But if we put it, that product that we created, and see that we can't really buy this because there's this fault and this fault and this fault, we should change that. What I really mean is, we should plan, and we should check and check and check. We know when we checkmate, that's the last step. We are done. When we check and we see the perfection, we see the perfection by appreciating, by embracing what we have created. Always be real on what to do, so that there can be service. We can live in service with people around. And when we want to live in service, it's when we override our subconscious mind by doing what's really we appreciate, by putting what we really love, what we really need, what we want to live on, our whole entire existence on earth. We'll create more wealth of that creativity, and there will be more of service. The more we create, the more we have. It's not a matter of always be creating. It's about creating the best out of the best. What's the use of creating many of a thing that are inconvenience to people, and there's a creative mind that can only create only a thing that people see the value of it, because he's putting the value of himself and people on that, what they're creating. We should always love. Either there's no audience, there's no target people that are coming, we're drawing. We should be patient. We should be very patient. That's why I'm saying we are the service. We should be the target audience, our own self. As much as we're our own target audience, we should always create, because we see the value on what we're doing. And it takes time for the creative people to notice. But when they notice, it's done. And we should always notice that, our own self, because we are the all. We are the whole. Everything exists in us. That's when we have to awaken the source of creativity and intelligence in our own consciousness. We should always be conscious of our own self. We should always be conscious on what we're creating. A conscious in each and everything. It brought healing. It brought everything. Have a beautiful life. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.